Yo, what's going on, guys? Homie Hector back at it again. Alright, so today we're working on this 2004 Honda CRV, and customer's complaint is, one, that he has an intermittent long crank or no start issue. So he'll crank it and the car will just keep cranking and cranking and cranking and cranking and it won't start. And then he lets go of the key and then he goes for it again and the car starts. That's one. He says he noticed that his gas mileage started going down. His MPG, his miles per gallon, started going down, and he believes he has a fuel pump issue. Sometimes he says he's driving and then he feels like the truck is struggling to drive. So he brought me a fuel pump. Let me get that for you. Alright, so he got me this Delphi fuel pump. Now this is a complete assembly, and this is something I recommend to everybody. If you're gonna change a fuel pump, don't just get the pump itself. The pump itself is this piece that goes in here, just the pump. The whole assembly, it's gonna be a little bit more expensive, but it's gonna be better for you, and it's gonna be better for your car. So the customer wants to go ahead and do the fuel pump. We're gonna go ahead and do it, and I'm just gonna walk you guys through how to do this fuel pump on this 2004 Honda CRV. So let's get to it. Alright, on some cars, you're gonna have to take the seat off. On this one, you can just simply fold the seats forward, and you have access to the carpet. Now we're gonna have to remove the carpet. I don't think it's on this side though. I think the fuel pump is on the other side because the fuel filler neck is on the driver's side. So I think that the fuel pump module is gonna be on that side. So let me go ahead and put that seat down for you. So pull this string right here and we can put the seat forward. Now, I think this is where you just start yanking shit up. Yeah, see, here it is. I don't know if you can see this on camera, but the cover is right here. There's also a wiring harness which goes to the fuel pump. So let me see if I can find something to hold this carpet up, and this will allow us to change this pump. This is one of the easiest pumps you can do. Now the way Honda designed it, it's one of the best ways you can do it. You don't have to drop the tank. Simply move the seat out of the way and get to the pump. Alright, got the electrical connector disconnected, and on this one you just gotta squeeze the white clips and pull the line out of the way. And now we're ready to change the pump. So I gotta find a tool. I actually have a tool, but I don't have it here to why is that leaking? Why is it leaking so much? You guys see that? It's gonna get messy. Let me see if I can find something to plug this, because I don't want all this spilling on my driveway, because I'm working at home right now, guys. So let me find a plug for that. Alright, so I found a little vacuum cap, or a little rubber cap. I don't know where it came from, but I'm using that to plug up the pump. I don't know why it's leaking out, but that's gonna hold the fuel from coming out. It has this lock ring, and there's a special tool for it which I forgot at work. So what I'm gonna use is this flathead screwdriver, and I'm just gonna hit it right here. Hopefully it loosens it up for me, and it'll make it easy for me to take off. It's moving. That's a good sign. Now you don't want to keep hitting in the same spot, because this is plastic and you might break it. Go to a different spot and hit it over here. It's gonna get to a point where you can actually do this by hand, and that's not the point right now. So we keep hitting. Take it off now. Yeah, there it is. So here we go. Get the lock ring out of there. This is what you're taking off. Okay, and then you can just simply pull the pump up. There you go. That was a tight fit. Now when you take it off, there's gonna be gas in it. So actually, let me get a container so I can contain the gas. Contain. So let's take this out of here. Now you're gonna have to fight with it a little bit, because the fuel pump level chingadera is actually sideways. I'm gonna have to spill some. This little float thing, just like on your toilet. Alright, so make sure that's there, and if you got any gas, try to drop it back in the tank. If not, put it on your container. So there it is, guys. That's the fuel pump that came out, and you can see here I don't know if you can see focus, but right here it says Honda. So this right here is an original pump with over 200,000 miles in it. I think it's a good idea to change it. Customer wants it, so you gotta give them what they want. Alright, let's take a look at the new fuel pump. Alright, so this is the new fuel pump right here. One of the things I forgot to mention was to always double check your part before you take the old one out. So let me go ahead and open this, and we're gonna compare it. I mean, on top of the pump there's only the electrical connector and the fuel pump line. So if we have both of those, then we're good to go. It even comes with a new lock ring, comes with a new O-ring. Instructions, nobody ever reads these. And here's our pump. So it looks a little bit different. Okay, let me do a side-by-side comparison. So here's an old pump and here's a new pump. They look kind of similar. The only thing is this one's aftermarket, so I do see where they vary. It's a little bit shorter, but it shouldn't be a problem. What you want to make sure here is that the connector is the same. Make sure that this line is the same. And here's one thing I don't like already. It does not come with a new clip. They should put a new clip, because what if I break that one? The float, it comes with a new float, so we're gonna put that on there. Now this float just goes on this little lever here. Okay, sends a signal over to your dash and it tells you how much gas you got. Alright, so with this lever, you're just gonna, it has a little chingadera. You just put it in here. There's a little hole where it's gonna go in, and you want to make sure you put it in the right way. You don't want this shit floating the wrong way. So it goes like this till it snaps in there. There's these little clips that are gonna hold it. Boom, clipped. See that? Just clipped in there. So full, empty. Let's go drop this bad boy in. Actually, you always want to put a new seal in there. You don't want this guy to come back with a check engine light and has a evap code with a P0455 or a P045 something, because you didn't put the O-ring, a new O-ring in there, or you have some fuel vapors escaping from the gas tank, which honestly wouldn't be quite bad because you didn't have to drop the tank, so you would just have to do the job again. And I fucking hate comebacks. I hate it. I fucking hate it. I hate seeing the cars back because I hate it. What the fuck? So here, this O-ring goes on top like that. Okay. You want to make sure it seals properly all the way around. Okay. Do as I say, not as I do. Focus on this, not on me. There it is. So you can see that. Just make sure it's sealed all the way up. When you push it down in there, it's gonna seal, and it's gonna go over this slip right here. And that should be it. Now you want to make sure you got this in the right direction, so that this faces the fuel line. So let's go do that. First thing you want to guide in is this little lever. You want to guide it in, so you want to put this in like this. Make sure it goes in, and make sure you don't bend it. And then you can drop the pump in. See, if you look at the feed line, is facing the same way as this. Now one thing I'm forgetting is to put the clip back over here, so I got to take it off the old one and put it on the new one. Give me 1 second. Here's the clip. This just slides in here and it clips over. Then make sure this line is not in the way. We're gonna have to push down and make sure you don't pinch the gasket, the seal. As you push down, you gotta install the lock ring, and just go ahead and feel all the way around. Make sure that this is going in evenly. You don't want to leave half of the gasket out and then have this guy come back for a check engine light. Make sure you have your lock ring at hand. Drop it in there while keeping pressure down on the pump and start turning it. Once you start turning it and it grabs on, you're pretty much almost done, because once you start turning it, the pressure of the lock ring is going to actually push down a little more on the pump, and it's going to lock it in place. Feels like it's grabbing.
So what are you doing?
Fixing the fuel pump.
Yeah.
Now this is just gonna be getting the lock ring on, and you can actually feel around it, and you can feel the threads on underneath the lock ring, and it's like it's grabbing. So just keep hammering until it stops moving. Most important thing is to just have this lined up with this line and make sure that it actually grabs on there, which I think it should not be a problem. There it is. That's the most important thing. Now I can just keep going till it locks, and then just put everything back together. I don't think that's going anywhere. Last thing you want is for this guy to be driving and for the fuel pump to come out of its place, you know, start leaking gas everywhere. So from here, all it is, let's put this connector back. Alright, it's in there and it's not going anywhere. It's actually locked into place. Now, just everything is just backwards, guys. It's common sense. Just wanted to show you guys this quick fuel pump. You guys got a 2004 or something along the lines. 2003, I think. A lot of these Honda CRVs are pretty much similar. I don't know if the new model changes at all. It's pretty straightforward. I just wanted to show you guys the location, where the pump is located, and other basic stuff on how to change it. Pump is done, and from here it's just dropping everything back into place. Now you want to make sure you put the carpet back in the right place. Let's go under there. Come around the other side. Make sure the carpet is down where it's supposed to be. Down. Back up. Alright, let's have a look. First thing you want to do is just turn the key on. You want to prime the fuel pump. I can actually hear it running. I think it's ready to start. Let's see if it starts. Oh yeah. Nice. So there it is, homies. 2004 Honda CRV. This is the four-wheel drive, but it doesn't matter. 2001, 2002, 3, 4. I think they're all the same. You lift up the seat, the fuel pump is there. The only thing you're gonna struggle with is probably the lock ring, because you have to push down on the pump without cracking it. That's probably gonna be the hardest part, but other than that, it's a straightforward job. 2004 Honda CRV. We're just gonna have to wait and see, and I'll talk to this customer. I'll keep in touch with him. He's gonna let me know how it's driving, how it feels, and that's it. I'll see you guys on the next video.